7 ways to be more productive. Why is it that some entrepreneurs are able to get done more in a day or in a week than most entrepreneurs take a month or even a year? So in this video, I'm going to show you how to eliminate a lot of the stress and the pain and the time suck in your business right now to instantly be more productive and live a better life. And so the very first way to improve productivity is something you've probably heard 100 different times from 100 different people, but probably not like this. And that is systematically eliminating distractions, primarily social media and email. And so there is a 2-step process to doing that. The first process that you have to go through to eliminating distractions is awareness. Awareness is your ability to understand where your time is going and what is distracting you throughout your day, throughout your week, throughout your month. And so I'm going to put you through a potential exercise that will allow you the awareness to understand what to do because of those distractions. So over the next 7 days, I understand it's going to take some time, but every 15 minutes, I want you to mark down where your time is going. Where are you spending your time? What distracts you every 15 minutes? And if you apply this for 1 week, by the end of that week, you're going to have a very broad understanding of where your time is going and what is distracting you. The second principle is intention. So you just gain the awareness of where your time is going. After you have that understanding, put the right rules or guidelines or structure in place in your business to allow you, or that you must follow and your team must follow, to eliminate those distractions. And so one really good example of this is blocking out specific times during your day where you check email or social media. Aside from those times, you do not check or react to that, because when you react, that's when your time gets away from you. Another great example is meetings. A lot of random meetings might come up throughout your day, but having specific guidelines that your team understands or that your client understands when you can set specific meetings. Allow time also in your day for a more flexible routine. So if you have specific times during your day to adjust for those meetings or intentionally in place for those, let's say, spontaneous meetings, then that's going to allow you to protect your time, even if you're going to allow yourself some flexibility. But if you don't have these structures in place, your time will get away from you. So the first step is awareness, understand where your time is going. The second step is intention. Make sure that you bring that intention to every aspect of your life where you saw distractions coming in or your time being sucked away from you. And unless you have those in place, it's going to get away from you in a matter that continues to make you unproductive. And so that is the first way to improve productivity. All right, and the second way to improve productivity is to plan your day out the night before. And so with your newfound awareness and the intention behind that awareness, you will now be able to effectively execute on planning your day out the night before. Now, it's important as you plan your day out to leave room for flexibility, like we mentioned on the last way to improve productivity, so that you have room when the spontaneous comes up. But throughout your day, if you don't plan your day out the night before, you can't see the picture when you're inside the frame. And a lot of times when you're going throughout your day, a lot of stress and a lot of pain comes from the urgent. Anything that comes up to your door that you know, oh, I have to do it right away. But what ends up happening is that the important things that will actually move the needle in your business and make you more productive get left behind. And a lot of times that's the reason that nothing gets done. And so as you plan out the day the night before, make sure that you're focusing on, for me, it's always in the morning, focusing on what's most time intensive or mentally intensive. And so in the afternoon, I have time to do not necessarily the most tedious, but the things that will require less brain energy. It's how my brain works. And so with that awareness from last week, you're gonna have a lot more clarity on when you focus best. And so pay attention to that and structure your day to do what will require the most brain intensive activities on when you focus best. But I can't really recommend to you when that's gonna be. So again, practice awareness and intention, especially in planning your day out the night before, so that you're able to take your day back. Otherwise, when you enter your day with no plan or rhyme or reason, maybe even just a checklist, a lot of times your day is going to get swept away from you. Eventually, you might not have to do this anymore, but especially when you're working to claim your day back or get your time back, it's very important to be intentional with your day. And one big way to do that is by planning your day out the night before. So the third way to improve productivity is routine. And so whether it's your business or your personal life, just like planning your day out the night before, this is another example of how to apply intention or intent into your business and your life. And so as you go through your day, everybody that I know that has created massive amounts of success in their business has a routine. And so throughout their day, whether it's they have meetings always at the same time every day, or they check email at the same time every day, or they focus on sales at the same time every day. And now this doesn't stay across the board. This is not an end-all be-all principle that will create more momentum in your business, but this is something that will make a huge difference. So personally, it might be working out, eating healthy, waking up and falling asleep at the same time. As an entrepreneur, I understand that can be difficult, but I encourage you that now that you have the awareness, apply routine to your day so that every single day, instead of urgency and chaos taking every bit of your time and just putting it or scattering it to the wind, you have structure and routine to keep you grounded and planted and stress-free in every activity or every day that you enter to in your business. And so the next example of how to improve productivity is the very first thing that we look at anytime we come into a business at Venture Suite, whether it's consulting or a partner deal. And that fourth thing to improve productivity is identifying and focusing on revenue generating activities. So whether it is focusing on your marketing or training your team for sales, or indirectly whether it's working on your social media or it is building new relationships and building referrals, or working on your bottom line and your systems and your structures to keep you from losing money. Whatever it is in your business, whether it's top line revenue or bottom line revenue, where are you spending your time that is not ideally, or where are you spending a majority of your time that is not focusing on revenue generating activities? And even if your team is doing the same thing, realize that that is time taken away and money taken away from your business. And so now that you have that gained awareness from where your time is being spent or where you're being distracted, identify where you're not focusing on revenue generating activities so that going into this next week or month or year, you can build more momentum because your time is being focused to things that actually matter in your business. And now, you will always have menial things or tasks or mundane tasks that you need to work on. Whether you're a CEO or a member of a team watching this video, I just want to implore you to reassess where your time is being spent so that you can pull the least amount of levers and create the most amount of leverage and momentum going into the coming year for your business. As an entrepreneur, it's really important that you have a distinction. Not only that is it important to take the right actions and say yes to the right things, we're going into the fifth principle, which is saying no and understanding when to say no in your business. And so now that you understand and you have the awareness where your time is going, when other people come into your life to create distractions, whether it's something that you create for yourself or somebody else is coming in and asking for your time, understand where you need to spend your time. You now have the awareness you need to focus on revenue generating activities as a majority share, as a CEO in your business. Understanding what to say no to will allow you the most amount of rigidity or structure to your business to keep you in line with where you are trying to go. And so one really important practice that I would make note of is after you go through your week of awareness, creating a list of everything that you absolutely must do, that things that you want to do in your business, right? And then things that you absolutely have to say no to. And in that list comes more awareness. So when those things come into your life, you now know where you have to say no. And once you start saying no to these things, time frees up. Hours, if not days, if not weeks at a time in your business are now cleared up because you understand where you need to focus your time. And you now have the understanding that you have to say no to those specific things. Even in the things that you might want to do, again, focus and understand where you need to spend your time and what will make the most amount of impact in your business. And understand that maybe some of those things need to go into the category of things that you absolutely have to say no to. That practice alone has saved myself and my clients more time than you can possibly imagine. So I highly encourage you to practice that in your business as a way to build structure and rules into how you go through your life to get your time back and create more of a momentum or more of a line of success that will come out of the coming year, even if it's a time of stress with everything going on in the world right now. So number 6 is being proactive, not reactive. So now that you understand where your time is going, this is another way to build intention into your day. So everything comes off of that first rule, that first way to improve productivity. But now this is the action steps. This is the how to, not just the why or just some ambiguous principle that we throw out there. This is the actual application of getting your time back. And so it's the principle of being proactive, not reactive. So an understanding or an awareness of where your time is going will now allow you to plan for or compensate for potential distractions that will come your way. And so put plans in place to be productive or proactive to those things that are coming into your life and in your business that you can then, instead of reacting to and getting your time taken away, you've now planned for it. You're ready to adjust to anything that comes in your way because you've set up these guidelines in your business. So remember, be proactive, not reactive, and allow that to guide your actions and being prepared for whatever may come in your way the next days, months, or years. And so last but not least, this is a way that you can be more productive hour to hour and allow you to get more done in less amount of time. And so that's the principle of chunking. And so one really good example of this is the Pomodoro technique. So I'm going to tell you how it's done. Please do your own research. I am by no means an expert at this, but it's something that has allowed myself and my clients to get a lot more done in less amount of time. And so the Pomodoro technique is where you would set up an intention for a set amount of time. So for example, for me, it's 45 minutes to 50 minutes, depending on whatever the activity is. And then an intended time after that to take a mental break. So your brain can only focus on one specific task and be productive at it for a certain amount of time. So for me, it's 50 minutes. And so what I'll do is I'll take 50 minutes and I'll assign an intention or a task to that 50 minutes. So it might be working on an offer for a client or a meeting with a team or writing some copy. And so for that specific hour, I know, or for that specific 50 minutes, I know exactly what I'm going to spend my time on, and nothing else will distract me during that hour. After that hour, and so I'll set a timer. After that hour, I'll spend, or 50 minutes rather, after that 50 minutes, I'll spend 5 to 10 minutes breaking, mental break, walking around, getting a glass of water, or resetting myself. And so if the task is completed in that amount of time, amazing. I've gotten it down in a shorter amount of time that I might have regularly taken to finish that activity. But if I haven't finished it, I have two options. I can either continue it into the next chunk, and I can assign 2 tasks to the next chunk of time, or I can place it in another chunk or plan it for either the next day or later in the day. But that way I've planned and I've been intentional about my time hour to hour so I can get more done. And that's collapsing your time so that you can get more done in less amount of time. This is a tip that a lot of successful entrepreneurs use to get more done in a day than most people get done in a week or a month, because they're being very intentional, not just with their day, but with their hour, so that they can apply every single bit of discipline to what they're doing and also be less stressed, because the urgent will not take over their day and they have these principles and guidelines in place. All right, that's it. If you enjoyed the video, click the subscribe button down below and click the notification bell. Every single piece of content that we put out on this channel is intentional to helping you with growth or to promote your success over the coming months and years, especially if you're in a hard time right now. And so leave a comment down below for something that you might want to learn. Most of what's going to be put on this channel is marketing-based content. It's exactly what we work on with our clients, and it's going to help you grow. But some content is going to be just like this. It's going to allow you to be more productive and create more results from the time that you have. And so aside from that, if you enjoyed the video, leave a comment down below and I will talk to you soon.